Hola from Raquel.
And Ricky.
Today we're talking to you about our reasons why we chose Mexico to retire to. But before we get into that, we did do a lot of research on different options, different countries. I lived in Northern Ireland for 10 years.
And I lived in Canada for 7 years.
And they're beautiful countries, but there's pros and cons to everywhere. And we wanted the heat and some sunshine and a whole bunch of other things, which we'll get into. But we looked at Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador.
And in Europe we looked at Portugal, Spain and France.
And after all our research, we decided that Mexico ticked almost all of our boxes. So here are our reasons. So reason number one is the Mexican people themselves.
Mexico receives millions of international visitors on a yearly basis.
And why wouldn't they come to Mexico? They're so welcoming and wonderful. We feel blessed to have several Mexican friends who we love dearly, and just generally, we're trying to learn Spanish. People are so kind. They've never made fun of us, only helpful. I just love the Mexican people.
It's a great country, it really is, and the culture is beautiful.
Okay, reason number two is the weather.
We chose to live in Quintana Roo, which is right down the south of Mexico, where the average daily temperature is about 26 degrees Celsius.
And don't get me wrong, it is hot in the summertime.
Extremely hot.
But like Ricky always says,
beach shoveling snow.
And I think we're getting acclimatized. I was wearing a cardigan earlier. Okay, reason number three is the natural biodiversity of Mexico itself.
Mexico is the 13th largest country in the world.
And it's bordered by the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other. It's got everything. Canyons, volcanoes, rivers,
deserts, mountains,
rainforest. Go on and on. It literally is huge. Okay, so number four is culture, which is important to both of us. And Mexico's so rich with culture. I'm totally obsessed with UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And if you're not familiar with UNESCO, it's related to the United Nations, and they have an education, cultural, and scientific organization. And these places all over the world are designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, where they're protected and appreciated by international tourists.
Think of things like the pyramids in Egypt, the Colosseum in Rome, the Statue of Liberty in America.
Like amazing places, and Mexico ranks number one in all of the Americas.
And it's 7th in the world for UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
So in total in Mexico, there's over 35 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and we're going to a couple of them coming up. So I hope you will subscribe to our channel and share the adventure with us. We're totally stoked.
And we hope to see them all at some stage.
Yes, bucket list. Get all those UNESCOs
up.
And also for culture, it's not to mention, they don't want to forget the artisans in this country, the writers, the performers. It's just so rich culturally.
What does it remind you of?
Mexico. So number five is food.
We love food.
Yes.
Anywhere we travel in the world, but Mexico's particularly diverse in its fruit and vegetables and regional cuisines.
The regional cuisine's amazing. Like, one area is famous for mole, and here in Quintana Roo,
cochinita pibil is a taco. It's slow roasted pork. It's roasted overnight underground, and it's really moist. It's got a lot of citrus in it. They use a lot of bitter oranges, which they cook with it overnight.
And the abundance of fruit and vegetables down here that we're not familiar with from Canada or Great Britain, and it's fun and interesting. We're just loving it, learning about these new fruits and veg. We'd like to make a video about that at some stage.
Jicama is one of our favorite fruits that we've discovered down here.
Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
I'm not sure.
We'll save that for the next video. So number six is accessibility. So we are in Puerto Morelos in the state of Quintana Roo in the Riviera Maya. We are 20 minutes from an international airport in Cancun. So if I need or want to fly home to Canada, it's 4 hours.
And if I want to fly home to Northern Ireland or most countries in Europe, I'm not sure, it's possibly 10 hours, but there's lots of connecting flights.
Direct flights.
Direct flights and connecting flights.
Which is important. And for other things that we may need or want, because we're close to two major cities, we're in between them, Playa del Carmen and Cancun, we can get anything we need, really.
We can go to Costco's, Home Depot, Walmart,
Sam's Club.
Cancun's 25 minutes. Playa's about...
Oh, look at this.
Watch this.
So we were just walking, filming, and this humongous bird walked across the path, black with a white chest, like really big.
Like the size of a turkey with a yellow beak. I have no idea what it was. We'll have to look it up when we go home.
We'll look it up. But it flew into this tree and then, oh my goodness, all a swarm of bats came out. I didn't think they flew in the daytime.
I don't think they do, but I think the bird disturbed them.
We ran away. But never a dull moment in Mexico. Okay, so reason number 7 is the relative ease of becoming a resident in Mexico.
There are two types of residency, temporary or permanent.
And they're very straightforward, and there's lots of folks that can help you navigate through the process. And for us, it means, you know, not having to do border runs when 180 days is up.
And residency, you can probably get it within 4 months. Now, because of the pandemic, ours took a little longer, but it's relatively easy.
Mm-hmm. Number 8 for us is safety. We have chosen not to buy our house in a gated community. We live in a neighborhood with Mexican folks, and
Japanese people, French people,
yeah,
Americans, Canadians.
We love it. I just think it's a wonderful sense of community. I feel very safe. There's like a neighborhood watch group on WhatsApp.
You have to take precautions like anywhere else in the world, but here we are walking through this park. There's absolutely no problems, no issues here.
No, bar the mosquitoes.
Bar the mosquitoes.
Number 9 is expats. Throughout Mexico, there's different pockets of expat communities. And here in Quintana Roo, there's quite a large expat community here in the Caribbean Sea.
I think it's because Quintana Roo is the main tourist hub of all of Mexico, so a lot of expats choose this as their home.
And there's different groups and so forth in sports that you can become involved in or not, but yeah, some people want that, to be around other expats.
Because of the pandemic, I guess we haven't really joined any clubs or anything like that, but there are lots of things to do here.
And finally, number 10, cost of living. This was important to us to research, and since we've been down here, we've typically found that our cost of living is about 1/3 of what it was in Canada.
Even to go traveling around Mexico, to stay in hotels, to eat out, to go visit some of the things you can see down here, cenotes, whatever, it's a lot less than what you would pay in Canada or the UK.
And my cell phone, for example, in Canada, the package was $100 per month. Here in Mexico, I pay 14 Canadian dollars a month for a better package. So it just shows you there's some real difference in prices.
And we could give you lots of examples of that, but
that'll be another video.
Yes.
But guys, thank you so much if you stayed with us to the end. We appreciate it. Give us a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing to our channel. It's free. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.